And as virus cases increase across the state, top leaders of the Phoenix Catholic Diocese taking extra precautions today after some of their priests tested positive. A priest at St. Simon's and Jude Catholic in Phoenix tested positive. The Phoenix Diocese says that priests' conditions is improving, but Bishop Thomas Olmsted and St. Simon and Jude's rector, Father John Lanekite, are now in quarantine while they await their own test results. Another priest of Our Lady of Joy in Carefree also tested positive. The Diocese of Phoenix has modified service schedules on a case-by-case basis. St. Simon and Jude, for example, has canceled daily masses and confessionals through July the 1st. Now, since the pandemic started, Bishop Olmsted announced that the obligation of Sunday Mass was being suspended for Catholics in the Phoenix Diocese. The church also asked parishioners to wear masks and social distance at all services.